well, this is very nice of you to take time to share with us.
Thank you. Welcome to do it. Good to do it.
Great.
And do you have your form that you filled out?
I have it out there. It was out there.
Oh, you left it out there?
Yes, I left it out there with it,
Oh,
on the desk.
Okay, on the desk.
Slight delay.
That's okay.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Why
You
can't
can
we keep
start.
getting locked out, don't we?
I know.
Okay. Well, tell us about what rank of the service that you served in, what division of the service that you served in.
Sure. I was in the Navy.
Ah.
I joined the Navy in September the 13th of 43 and got out January the 4th of 46.
Oh.
And I was in the Navy. I was in the amphibious forces. And this is landing craft that lands the equipment and the men on foreign shores. And there are several books out that are good reading. One of them is The Amphibians They're Covering. And I belong to the LST Association and also the LCT Association. This is the amphibious forces of the country. And I just came back from Columbus at a reunion last weekend and had a nice time with the other fellows reminiscing.
Oh, how wonderful. How
And
many of you were there?
There was 150 of us.
Oh,
150 of us, and
fantastic.
that was a lot of reminiscing.
Yes, that's wonderful.
And we had a nice time. We took our wives too, which is always helpful. They just sit there and grin, you know. They've heard these stories before, and they just grin. And I was on a landing craft, which is a very small vessel, and it is classified as a craft or a boat, and that's something that we in the Navy never associate with as a boat. It was always a ship, even though the Navy says that it has to be 200 feet long to be classified as a ship. And we were much smaller, 120 feet, and we were loaded aboard the LSTs to ferry us across the ocean. And I went from San Francisco to Pearl Harbor. We were in 3 sections. The ship came apart in 3 sections, bolted together. And we went over to Pearl Harbor, and they unloaded us, and we assembled ourselves, we being a bunch of 18, 19-year-olds, and the skipper was only 21 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And so we were a young bunch, and we didn't have a whole lot of experience, of course, certainly nothing on the ocean. But we did that, and then we took our training in the Hawaiian Islands, our gunnery training and some of our landings. And then we got over to Pearl Harbor in November the 7th of 44, which is exactly 35 months to the day after the attack. And there was still much damage over there. And so we took our training in Hawaii for that summer of 40. No, I'm wrong. It was in February of 45 that we started overseas. Now this craft that I was on was only intended for small landing or for short trips of about 300-mile radius, and they didn't have the LSTs nor the ships to take us over to the combat area, and so they sent us. There's 24 of us that they sent out on the wild Pacific, in 24 of us by ourselves. And this is unheard of. It's never been done before. And we island hopped from Majuro to Kwajalein to Eniwetok and Guam and the Philippines. And we in the Philippines we were there for a month or so unloading the larger ships that didn't have docking facilities. And then they sent us towards this was in the summer of '45, June of '45, that we went to started for Okinawa, and had a typhoon, went through a typhoon, and they are not, the craft is not designed for anything, like I say, anything more than 300 miles. And we were flat bottom, 125 feet, and we drew 3 feet of water in the stern, which is very shallow. And I still don't understand how we, 24 of us, survived the typhoon. And I will tell you for sure that there were no atheists on the LCTs that day. Like no atheists at all. We were, when the typhoon hit, it was total darkness at about 5 o'clock in the evening, and we had been warned that day that we were entering in that area. And it was total darkness, and we immediately got lost. There was 24 of us, and the next morning there was nothing to be seen. Even when we were on the tops of the waves, there was nothing that we could see, no other ship. But that afternoon, it was the first time I'd ever heard of radar. Our destroyer escorts, there was 3 of them, and they shepherded us, and then they finally found us, and we were about 150 miles out of the way from what the regular convoy, all the rest of them were. And he had also found a couple of others, and they shepherded us back into the convoy a couple days later.